Hey guys, today I am super excited to sit down and show you this light but still dramatic bronze makeup look. It is so nice to be sitting in front of my lights at my makeup desk with all my brushes, my products, my lashes, my lipsticks all laid out. I am just happy and I'm excited and my hair is fixed. I don't know if you guys watched my last tutorial. I think it was my hair tutorial was the last one I posted. There was like an obnoxious fan noise in the background because my central AC unit broke, and it's been really hot outside, like in the 90s, so I'm so ecstatic to film in front of my hot lights without sweating my little booty off. It's been fixed, so filming is going to be so enjoyable today. We are wearing false lashes and a pretty glam nude lip. So I wouldn't say that this is like a super quick and simple easy bronze glam, but in the grander scheme of full face makeup, it's still pretty dramatic. So let's get into today's look. I've already gone ahead in with my Ole Henriksen C Rush Brightening Gel Cream just to add a little bit of hydration onto the skin. I've also gone ahead and drawn on some eyebrows. I will be listing all my products down below in the description box if you are curious as to what products I used. Moving on to our base makeup, I'm going to be taking a Morphe contouring sponge like this one, and we're going to go in with my NARS Natural Radiant Longwear foundation to give the skin a nice full coverage look. Let me know if any of you guys who have used the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear foundation, if you've noticed that after your day's up and you're in the shower washing your face, cleansing, removing your makeup, your skin feels so smooth. I wonder if it's because the foundation is formulated with certain fruit oils. I think raspberry oil is one of them. My skin feels very moisturized and very hydrated. This specific shade does have a little bit of a yellowy tint compared to my face right now. Because I'm constantly wearing and removing makeup, the tan on my face begins to fade a lot quicker than the rest of my body. So my face is always a little bit lighter. But that is totally fine because by the time we go in with our bronzers, our contouring, highlighting, etc., everything's going to come together beautifully. This is my ColourPop No Filter Concealer in the shade Medium 20. I'm going to be using this concealer just to highlight in the areas of my face where I've got some darkness. And I've been doing this trick the last maybe 2 or 3 weeks where rather than applying my concealer in a U shape, circling from the inner corner all the way to the outer corner, I will just dab a little bit on the inner corner and then make a small line on the outer corner with the concealer, and I find that this actually lifts the eye a little bit. The less concealer that you use in the under eye, the fresher it's going to look because you're not going to get that super dry, cakey sort of look going on. It just sort of ends up making everything look very fresh. And then whatever excess cream I have on my sponge, I'll just kind of run it over the lid because I do like to use my concealer as an eyeshadow primer. This makes my under eye look super youthful, super fresh. It's not overdone, it's not too heavy. It's nice. If you're using an extremely light hand to blend out your under eye concealer, even though you're going in with less product, it ends up looking more full coverage because you're not pressing too hard, allowing the sponge to absorb too much of the product. It ends up just laying and pressing into the skin very nicely. It's lovely. It ends up looking really nice. I do want to do a little bit of cream contouring, so we're just going to stick with cream products for now. I'm going to be going in with this concealer here. This is the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Toast. Not only is this going to help us contour the face, it's also going to add a really nice bronzing effect. I do like to work on one portion of the face at a time because I find that this concealer dries down fairly quickly. And I'll just go in with that same Morphe sponge and begin blending that out. One of the reasons that I love this concealer so much is because it is so cost effective. I believe that you can find this in the drugstore for about $5, give or take, maybe a little bit less. The finish, once you're done blending, it looks so nice. It's so natural. It doesn't give you like a weird cakey look. I'll just go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. My sponge is drying out a bit, so I'm just going to spritz it. Oh, I just went ahead and spritzed it a little bit with some water that I put in my Fix Plus bottle. Speaking of Fix Plus bottles that are empty, this is just something that I've done for years now, that when I run out of my Fix Plus, I unscrew the cap and I fill it up with water for just dampening your sponge when it's in use and you just need a little bit of extra moisture in there. And then I'll take some of that contouring liquid and just kind of blend it onto the sides of my nose. We're not doing strategic nose contour. I'm just adding a little bit of a bronzing effect in this area so the rest of the skin doesn't look super bronzed and tanned, and then we have this white protruding nose in the center of the face. I'm just creating a little bit of consistency in this area. So as you can see on the skin, not only have we added some nice color all over our complexion, but we have contoured as well. We're still going to go in with some bronzers and everything, but this is just like an extra little step that I like to take to ensure that my bronze is super bronze. Now that we're finished using cream products on the skin, I'm going to go ahead and take some of my Laura Mercier translucent powder, and we're just going to apply an extremely light layer on the under eye. It's not too heavy and it just ends up looking really fresh. And then I'll even distribute a light layer over the nose because I do get a little bit oily in this area throughout the day. We'll take it over the lid. I'll take it anywhere on the face where I can get a little bit shiny throughout the day. To further bronze the skin, I'm going in with my NARS Casino bronzer, and then I'll be blending it with my Eco Tools all over face brush. I like to keep my bronzer application quite high up on the face. I don't like to go too low because this can actually end up creating a drooping effect, and it can make your cheeks look lower. Part of the reason why I love contouring and bronzing my face is to keep that nice lifted effect, to keep the cheekbones lifted, to keep the eyes lifted, to create that false shadow effect, which I find very flattering. So I'll take this under the neck just to sharpen the jawline a bit. Again, creating that nice slimming effect and keeping my bronzer up high. So rather than applying down here where I have a natural contour to my cheekbone, I apply it up here. I've really been enjoying this bronzer. It offers me such a nice sun-kissed light wash of color. It's not too overbearing, it's not too heavy. It actually looks quite natural too. And then I will also go ahead and just further that false shadow effect under the chin, so there's no double chinage going on. I want slim, tight, lifted. Whatever's left on my brush, I'll just kind of buff that around the sides of the nose. And it just creates that really cool effect that I love. We're going to be going in with this gorgeous Ring the Alarm palette by Morphe Brushes in collaboration with none other than Miss Jaclyn Hill. And I want to choose this shade here called Mugshot. And starting in the very outer corner, I'm going to use this shade as my all over transition color. I want to keep today's eye sort of like a neutral bronze look, nothing too smoky. I can't believe I'm saying that. Just something nice and fresh with a little bit of color, keeping things very simple but still intricate enough. These Sigma E40 blending brushes, I've been using them for years now, and they've become such a staple in my eyeshadow application because they make every single eyeshadow so foolproof to apply. They work well with so many different eyeshadow formulas that it's it's really hard to mess it up. They are a little bit of an investment. I picked out 6 or 7 of my most favorite brush numbers and I ordered them all at once together, and since then I have not had to order any more brushes. They've worked for me for years. With this JH33 brush, I'm going to dip back into the palette and we're going to just lightly pick up this shade here called Secret. Just kind of pat and blend this in the very outer corner of the eye. I said lightly because I said I didn't want to really make this a super smoky eyeshadow look, but who knows, this might turn into a little smoky smoke. It's so unlike me to do an eyeshadow look without smoking out the outer corner a little bit. So I say a nice natural bronze eye about. And I'm just doing this here to add a very little bit of depth. Great, now going back in with that first shade we used called Mugshot on that same JH33 brush, I'm going to begin applying this on the lower lash line and just kind of connecting it with the upper portion of the shadows. And I think we're going to bring this in about halfway. I don't want to connect this all the way to the very inner corner of the eye, just so that we can keep it sort of open. Same brush, we're going to go in with the second shade Secret, that darker brown, just on the very outer lash line. We're not even going to bring this shade in as far into the middle as we did the first one. And then not even going in with a brush for this portion, I'm going to use my finger and I'm going to choose this shade Boom. And I'm just going to pat this on the lid and the inner corner of the upper portion of our eye. And because it does have that sort of metallic effect, I am applying it with my finger because I think the finish ends up turning out a lot more pigmented. Ooh. So nice, giving my natural nails a break from fake nails because I can really get in the very inner corner of my eye without poking my eye out. On my JH33, dipping between Mugshot and Secret, redefine the very outer corner of the shadow. Then I've picked up a tapered brush by Sigma. This is the E45 small tapered blending brush, and I've just dipped it into this gold shade called On Camera, and I'm going to use this color as an inner corner highlight, so I'm just going to kind of swirl this nice gold shade paired up with the coppery bronze eyelid color. The two combined together are going to end up complementing each other in a really lovely way. That's why I chose the gold. I like it. Okay, moving into eyeliner now. This one is by NYX Cosmetics. Using this liner just to trace over my upper and lower lash line. To blacken and lengthen the lashes, we're going to go in with some mascara. I have the NARS Climax Mascara today. And usually what I'll do with this is just give myself one nice coat. It is a pretty thick mascara and it works very well the first time around, so I don't feel that 2 coats is totally necessary because we also will be going in with some false lashes. As you can see, 1 coat of this mascara is more than enough. Very beautiful and lengthening as well. I like to start at the very tip of the lash, just sort of rubbing the wand over this area, and then I'll go from the very root and pulling up to the tip. And then I'll use the tip of the wand to get the very inner corner lashes, and then sweep around one more time. Boom. And then for lashes, I have this brand new pack of Allure Opulent Lashes, which if you've watched my channel for any time now, you know that these are my favorite everyday lashes. This is not sponsored, by the way. I have already applied my lash glue for a efficient viewing experience. Boom. Oh, that was flawless. Okay, lashes are applied, so we can move on to lips. I think for lips, we're gonna do something I've been doing for a while now. I really enjoy this combination. This lip liner here is by NYX Cosmetics. It's their Suede Matte Lip Liner, and this is in the shade Los Angeles. For lipstick, we will use this one by MAC Cosmetics. This is in the shade Honey Love. It's like a perfect everyday light nude shade. I love the way MAC lipsticks smell. Oh. It's so nice. It's like vanilla cupcake frosting. Ooh, so good. And then I'll just go in with my finger and kind of blend the lipstick in with the liner. You still get the definition from the lip liner, but it doesn't look so stark in contrast because the liner that I used is quite a few shades darker than the actual lipstick itself. Then I'll go in with a second lip liner. This is by KKW Beauty, and this is their Nude Zero Liner. So I'll take this one and I'll just apply this directly in the center for a nice light effect, and then pat it out like so. And then this is just my perfect everyday matte nude lipstick. You could go in with a gloss, but I'm really liking the way it looks like now with that one. To add some pop and some glow effect to the skin, I'm just going to pop a little bit of my Opal Highlight by Becca Cosmetics, and this is my JH32 brush. I just get a little bit of that on the bristles and I begin applying it on all the areas where I want a little extra light effect. And don't be afraid of being heavy-handed with this stuff, because nobody can tell you how much glow is too much glow. The tip of the nose, you really love adding that extra pop of light right there in the center of the face. I think it looks so nice. Carefully hit the cupid's bow, a dash on the chin. We'll go slightly above the brow so we have a nice balanced light effect all over the face rather than just on the cheekbones. And then I'll hit the other side. Oh, ooh girl, ooh. To lock everything in place, I'm going to spritz a little bit of my Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray all over the face. Oh yes, this stuff is so refreshing. Ever since I tried it for the first time, I haven't been able to do my makeup without it. It's just like pivotal. Now I'm just going to put my hoops in because no makeup look for me is complete without a little bit of jewelry. Check. I enjoy wearing this look when I want to keep it somewhat simple, somewhat fresh, not too heavy, but just enough glam to where you feel glam. We do have on lashes, so it's a little more dramatic. Thank you for spending some time with me in this video, and I hope to see you next week. Mwah. Bye guys.